Hi there. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining me today. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to keep talking. I've come down with something. I'm going to move my microphone. Hold on. It's a little too close to me. There. I've come down with something. Probably a cold, because I've tested twice and it's been negative. But I've got a raging sore throat. I've got a bit of a cough, a little bit of everything that adds up to I've got a cold, but no fever. And I don't know how I got it. I don't go anywhere. Out of choice. I'm a homebody. I've got a puppy. I've got a studio that I love being in, and it's winter. So I'm looking out my window right now at a blizzard. So thank you for everyone for your kind compliments on the little Holly girl. And she is going to be whisking off to her new home. And so it means Marmaduke needs to be finished. And so I have a little bit of work to do on him today. Not a whole lot, but I thought I'd share with you some ideas I have. I think it's the fourth signature, there's a page I don't like. I like the front of it. It's got these little children on it that are out gathering twigs and that, I bet, for kindling for starting a fire. And so there's a little bit of journaling space on the back. But it's actually a gift tag. So the other side of it is what I don't like. Hold on, let's get to it. Marmaduke is small but mighty. Here it is. He's thick, but the pages are tiny, so it's a bit of a challenge for me. Now, I need to be able to keep him open while I work. So I think that'll work. Wait, let me show you what it is I don't like. First of all, I don't like that even though it's white and I've inked it, I don't like that, because it just looks like I've inked something that's brand new, which basically I have. Although I found it thrifting, it's new. And I don't like that it's got this. I don't like that it has the hole here because it was a tag. I just don't like it. So we're going to turn it into a pocket. And I'm actually going to get rid of most of it, and I'm going to use these as the pocket. I found these going through yet more of my Christmas things. I found these, and I just thought they really suited the feelings that I'm getting from this book, because I know where the Tyrrells lived, the family. Mary Tyrrell was his mother. It sounds like her cousin, I forget, her cousin or her sister gave her the book, and then she gave it to her son Marmaduke, and so on and so forth. So, and they lived out in Prince Edward County, Ontario. Anyhow, this just reminds me of what you would see out in Prince Edward County, Ontario, with the children out and playing in the snow and how they would have dressed in times like that. So what I plan on doing, and it's out of a little book that I found at some point, and I have a few of the pages that I saved. So what I'm going to do is make a pocket around this thing here, and then I'm going to glue this little guy in. Maybe that's what Marmaduke looked like when he was a little guy. And I'm going to turn it into a pocket. Now I need to make sure that it is the right size. All right, so first of all, I don't need this page to be this big, so I'm going to cut it off, but leave enough room to glue. Boy, this is something I should have done before I sewed all my signatures together, but I bet you guys have done this too. You get a great idea after all the signatures are sewn together. That would have been easier to do beforehand. So I'm going to glue this little guy on here. So I wonder if I may as well just get that part done. I'm going to go for my good one. Part of me wonders whether I want to put a notch in it, and part of me wonders whether this will chomp through 2 layers of this cardstock or not, and I don't want to find out afterwards that it won't. Part of me thinks I should do at least the chomp of 1 first, and then I can marry up the second chomp. I hope that makes sense to you, what I'm talking about when I am looking for a pencil. Everything on this desk and I can't find a pencil. I want the center of this, so it is 9.5. So let's go down to here. So 3.5. So 1 3/4. It's almost 4. There we go. There's the center. All right. So I found the center. I'd love to put my light on, but if I put my light on, all you'll see are shadows. So I'm doing the best I can here. There we go. This gives me a good opportunity to ink that. And I will ink this side too in case it's visible when somebody puts something in or out. And then we'll glue this in, and then we'll do the second side once this side is in. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm trying to look on the bright side that at least if I'm not feeling well, whether it be a cold or whether it be COVID or whether it be there's all kinds of other viruses going around, I have all my shots. So who knows what it is. Let's see if this is running or not. 2 weeks prior to Christmas gives me enough time to get rid of this. Come on. In time. It's really not that bad. The sore throat is really, really sore. I barely got through the descriptive narrative for the little Holly girl. That was hard. And if I had had to do a narrative for Marmaduke on the same day, it wouldn't have happened. So we'll just do a little bit today, and then I'm going to bid you farewell and go rest my throat and have a nice cold. Lately I'm just craving 7-Up. I still have my sense of taste, so that also tells me I don't have COVID. Let's see, that looks approximately fine. So now if we put these little fellows on this side, then, see what I mean? I can chomp it. Okay. And then we've got a tuck spot instead of this ugly page that I didn't like anyhow. I'm trying to figure out tiny things to do with Marmaduke that will still leave lots of little writing spaces, but still make him quite Christmassy. And again, I think I will raid all the fun things that I've gotten. Is that proper? Oh, I've gotten glue on my hand. All the Tim Holtz and Kathy Holden ephemera that I've been enjoying. So there we go. See? Isn't that great? Part of me is wondering if I should just leave that and just have the... Oh, I gotta be careful. You know what? That might be because it got it on my finger and there's no glue there. I'm going to add a bit more. And then I'm going to stop playing around with it until it's dry. There, that's much better. Maybe that's our little man, Mr. Marmaduke, when he was a little guy. Maybe someone in the family was a good artist. I found in my mother's things, cleaning out her things afterwards, she only kept a little bit of her artwork, very few paintings. And I found a portrait that she did of her sister Ramona. And oh my goodness, did it ever look like Ramona. And and she was a teenager when she did this portrait of her sister. So her sister would have been, I think her sister was 7 years older than she was. 5 years older. Anyhow, so I was able to get in contact with my cousin and send her this portrait that her aunt had done of her mother, which pleased me. I still have some of her artwork, not too much, a few little landscapes that she did. Unfortunately, some of us, and I'm guilty of this, they say artists should never throw out any of your work, your sketchbooks, whether it's a piece that pleases you or doesn't please you, you can look back on it and go, oh, I've learned since then. But I didn't learn that till I was 63, so sadly, I have very few pieces of work. I have some, but I have very few pieces of my artwork from younger, and I'm sad about that a bit, but you gotta live in the moment, right? And I was glad to at least have had that picture of my Aunt Ramona and send it to my mom. Okay, so I'm much happier about that now. And that's a little tuck spot. Let me show you. Like that. Now, it won't be her, obviously. She won't fit in there. But other little things could. I think I might have to put like a whale tail tab or something when I decide on what's going to go in there. It will need a whale tail tab, but I'm happy with that. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to create a faux postcard. Again, going through this, I had one of those clear CD envelopes, and obviously I had saved things, a because it said on it Victorian Christmas. And most of the stuff I found in this envelope does look very Victorian. And I'm wondering if I did it right near the very beginning of when I was starting to develop my style. Anyhow, I found this in there, and it looks like I've cut it out of a book, because this feels like glossy paper. And it looks like it must have been a postcard that was in a book, probably on either Christmas or postcards. Well, Nancy was getting rid of some, she's been cleaning house. That woman has been cleaning house. And she had a stack of postcards, and she put them out on my table when Alice was here and said, okay, you two go through it, take what you want. The rest is going to be donated. And so I went through it and picked out the ones I wanted, and so did Alice. And then Nancy, I said, here, let me put it into my box, because I've always got a box in the corner of my room for donations, for things that I come across things and I think I'm never going to use this. Why am I storing it when someone else could be using it? And then I was getting things ready yesterday for one of the stores comes around and picks up right from your house if you can time it right. And I try to make sure I always have something ready for them, because if I don't have to drive, I love that. Anyhow, I spotted the postcards in there that I had opted not to keep. And then I thought, why am I getting rid of them? Because the back is really cool. And the back of this is just paper. So if I can put this on here, the back of it will look like a postcard, right? So that's what we're going to do. But I have to figure out, I want to be able to keep this place 1 cent stamp here, and I'd like to be able to keep that, and I think that's going to have to go, because I think that says where this is. Oh no, it just says distributed by, from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do is if I want it here, that's what's important. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to want to trim that there. And then I'm going to want to trim it here. And I don't mind if it's a little bit bigger. Where's this? Okay. I don't mind if it's a little bit bigger, because I can always trim it off. And then we'll see. I think the dog has something in her mouth. Hold on. Well, whatever it is, it's gone down. Puppies. Alright, so now if that goes on like that, then it will need to be trimmed here. I guess I could glue it on and then trim it afterwards, couldn't I? Because I really just needed that corner to be precise. I love how it's naturally oranged there. Yeah, because see how I gave myself some extra room? I am going to have to trim it. Okay, let's glue it on and then we'll finish trimming it. And then our faux postcard, in a way, is still vintage because this was an old postcard. But it was, I forget what it was. Oh, and I chomped right through it. I think maybe it was, well, it was printed in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Yeah, Kalamazoo, Michigan. I used to know someone from Kalamazoo. All right, glue, 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 glue. Glue, paper. I think I'm going to put the glue on this. And put the more gentle paper on top. She still sounds like she's got whatever it is. I may go over and do another check. Oh no, you're just scratching. Okay, well you can scratch. Don't let me interrupt your scratch. Alright, so if that's the top and that's the top, needs to go like this. Needs to go right up. Hope I'm in picture. Pardon me. Nice thing about the glue stick is you still have a little bit of time to move things around. Good. And then I can still trim that. Oh. I got glue there and I don't want glue on here. So these are little things that you can do. So that postcard didn't get wasted. And our faux postcard seems a little more real and it makes a fun little journaling spot. I'm going to get glue on. I'm going to end up having to wash that. I should probably use a blade. Oh well, she says, as she cuts away. There. That looks cute. Now, let's cross our fingers and hope that the other side looks cute. So, Merry Christmas. And again, I like this scenery. It just reminds me of what Prince Edward County might happen to look like in at Christmas time, especially back then. I mean, when I was growing up, we always had a white Christmas. It's just the past, I guess, 2 decades that we've been mostly having green Christmases. Although right now I'm looking out at a blizzard. When I was a child, we could get toboggans and ice skates from Santa and go out and use them the same day. It was wonderful. And the house I grew up in had a hill in the backyard. And so we could toboggan right in our own backyard. And it was great for Mom because it got us out of the house while she was with Aunt Gladdy and Gran cooking in the kitchen. My dad was usually helping too. My dad wasn't afraid to roll up his sleeves in the kitchen for big meals and help out. He was good on turkey. I think I'm going to have to, on the corners, do a little bit of art glitter glue. I'm just going to give that just a little bit because it's already a nice yellowy color. There we go. But I'll wait till it dries and see if that's going to hold. So we made a postcard that was in a book. It looked like an actual postcard that at one point was an old postcard. Well, I think I'm going to leave it at that today. We got a couple things done in Marmaduke, and oh, that's going to fit in there. Awesome. So let's see how, there we go. So that little guy is all set. Now we've got a pocket instead of that awful other side of the cute. I like the children, but I didn't like the other side, so that's nice. And now we've got this. I'll stick it in there for now, and maybe that'll help flatten it out. Well, thanks for joining me today. I think my throat's had about enough talking as I can do. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.